Hi there, I'm Theo Dorsey, your host for the Palm Beaches TV Watch Party series, now premiering on YouTube every Tuesday at noon. It's National Visit the Zoo Day, and today we're checking out some of the best ways to appreciate the animal kingdom right here in the Palm Beaches. On this episode of Wild Palm Beaches, host James Curry introduces us to some of the locals at the Palm Beach Zoo.
With over 23 acres of land, almost 200 different species of animals, and one of the top 5 most visited locations in the Palm Beaches, this is the Palm Beach Zoo. I'm here with Kelly McCory, who is the carnivore zoologist here at the Palm Beach Zoo. And we're here to meet a very special inhabitant of the zoo. Let's go meet Sassy, the Florida panther. Now, Kelly, is she just a regular panther, or is she a Florida subspecies
This
panther?
is a Florida panther. So Sassy was originally born in the wild. Unfortunately, her mom was hit by a car when she was about 4 months old. So she was left orphaned very young and taken in by Fish and Wildlife. So they were able to take her over to the Naples Zoo, and they did some rehab with her there. And then that's when she was deemed non-releasable. So we were able to bring her here once we had our new panther enclosure set up. So she's been here ever since she was about 6 months old. Florida panthers right now are very critically endangered in the wild. There's only about 200 of them that exist left here in Florida. So it's really important to have Florida panthers still here because they are such a huge predator species that help to control a lot of the lower prey species in Florida. Because there's so few of them, and unfortunately they get hit by cars and habitat loss and things like that, animals like Sassy wouldn't have had a home and she wouldn't have survived. So being able to have her here is a great way for people to be able to see a Florida panther because they most likely would never see one in the wild. So it's a great way to have that connection with her and for people to be able to see that and hopefully be inspired to want to save them too.
Kelly, thank you so much for telling us a little bit more about the Florida panther.
Of course, you're welcome.
And the plight that it faces in Florida. You know, often we are here living in Florida. Very few people actually realize that we've got such a special species right here in South Florida. So thank you so much for telling us.
You're
a bit more
welcome.
about
Thank you
that.
for coming out to meet Sassy and hear her story.
Welcome to the jungle, welcome to the welcome to the jungle, welcome to welcome to the jungle, welcome to the welcome to the jungle, welcome to.
Well, moving on from fur to scales, I'm here with Mike, the general curator of the Palm Beach Zoo, and we're here to meet Marty, the leucistic alligator. Can you tell us a little bit more about Marty?
Yeah, so Marty came to us from the bayous of Louisiana. Him and all of his brothers were originally found by a fisherman who saw all these white alligators coming out of a nest. And a white alligator in the wild isn't going to last too long. So he was able to rescue them and take them to the Audubon Zoo, who then grew them up and then was able to loan them out to a number of institutions. So Marty came to us back in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina, and he's been with us ever since.
And now we're about to meet another resident of Florida, the North American river otter, and we're here with Grayson, who's the carnivore zoologist here at the Palm Beach Zoo. Tell us a little bit about these river otters.
We have Luna and Ollie here. They are our breeding pair of North American river otters. This year they will be turning 5 years old. Up. Good. So obviously they're extremely observant. They're very aware that you guys are hanging out in here. Their feet are webbed, but they are also impressive diggers. See those claws? North American river otters are one of the most versatile species of otter. You can find them all the way up into Alaska, but you see them all the way down here. You can see them in the Keys. So they have an undercoat and an upper coat that allows their body to really regulate their temperature. So it cools them off, but also keeps them really warm and insulated. So even though they're super cute, they're definitely not a cuddly animal. Their teeth are about as sharp as a domestic cat's, and their jaw strength's comparable to a decent sized dog, like a German Shepherd. They are an impressive little carnivore. So, if you see them, give them their space because they are very smart. They're very curious. A lot of people around here will see them on their docks.
Yep, I have one of my dogs.
Yeah.
And so in the wild, Grayson, they'll be feeding on predominantly bigger fish than that if possible?
If possible. They are very industrious. It's what they can catch. So they will also eat a lot of shellfish, crabs, but honestly, anything that they can catch. They are opportunistic when it comes to feeding, but the most bang for your buck is always going to be fish.
And they seem as though they're pretty intelligent, right?
They are. Yes, they're extremely intelligent. Station?
With over 200 species of animals, the Palm Beach Zoo is a super fun way to encounter some of Florida's wildest residents. Next up, we're taking a trip to the Lion Country Safari. Founded back in 1967, Lion Country Safari is America's first cageless zoo drive-through safari park and continues to be a family favorite. On this episode of the Lion Country Legacy, we get to experience an African safari here in the Palm Beaches.
Dawn on the African plains. Creatures stir in the mist and unusual noises fill the air as this kingdom comes to life. There's the anticipation of a thrilling adventure ahead. An African safari is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. In fact, all of this natural wonder is available almost any time, and it has become a beloved part of Florida history. Welcome to Lion Country Safari.
I truly love this place. Our animals get to roam free in large herds, and we confine the people to their vehicles as they drive through. So that just brings out so many of the natural behaviors in these animals that you would only see in the wild.
There's something about driving to work and getting out of your car, and the first thing you hear in the morning is the lions and the siamangs and the gibbons and all the animals here that really make this place really special.
If you look beyond each tree or blade of grass, you'll find something very big going on. This is a place dedicated to conserving some of the most iconic animals on the planet. For more than 50 years, Florida's Lion Country Safari has offered the heart of Africa to those willing to drive a short distance west of the Atlantic Ocean.
Lion Country Safari is fortunate to welcome 500,000 guests every single year from all over the world. In fact, we have welcomed about 50 million guests since opening in 1967. The park is broken up into 7 different sections. We have over 90 species in total here on safari and just over 1,000 animals. We work to breed these animals, and they're able to be born right here on safari, and they can range in a very natural setting.
I take care of our southern white rhinos here. We have 12 individuals, 11 of which are part of our main herd in this section.
The chimpanzee program here at Lion Country is really unique because we actually have our chimpanzees living outdoors on islands. We see a lot of very natural behaviors in these guys, I think as a result of the fact that they're allowed to just live away from human contact for the vast majority of the time.
We actually have one of the larger herds of giraffe in North America. We're very fortunate here that we have quite a bit of space. They have about 50 acres in their exhibit that they can run around and explore.
I'm a firm believer that happy animals tend to be healthy animals. So we put a lot of effort into making sure that these animals are happy, that they live in natural social groups, and it brings out a lot of their natural behaviors.
That effort is reflected in every part of the drive-through safari. It's broken up into 7 sections and is 4 miles long. The guests have a true feeling of being on an adventure and maximum time to see natural animal behavior.
Being able to drive your own vehicle through our safari, which is 4 miles in length, and view the animals from your car, and the animals roam free around you, the animals have the right of way, and as a result of these large, wide open spaces, we're able to have large herd sizes, a little bit different than you might see in a typical zoo. So, for example, the zebra, also some of the larger herds of southern white rhinos and giraffe in North America. And our wide open spaces and our ideal climate year-round allow us to have this amazing attraction right here in Palm Beach County.
Man, it's hard to believe it, but you can really have a safari adventure on Lion Country Safari's 600 acres without even leaving the Palm Beaches. Next up, we're checking out a sanctuary for some seriously big cats. Endangered and beloved, the big cats at Panther Ridge Conservation Center are not to be missed. Jacqueline Journey from Passport to the Palm Beaches gives us a look.
You're tuned into Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey. People come from all over the world to visit this amazing conservation center. We're here at Panther Ridge with founder and executive director Judy Behrens. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous right now, but so excited. What a beautiful animal. This is Kendi, correct?
This is Kendi. He is a 1.5-year-old cheetah, and he's been with us since he was 3 months old.
I can tell you certainly have a connection to the cats. Did you have a history with animals before you wanted to get one of your own?
Just with normal dogs and cats. And now I'm anything but normal.
So incredibly beautiful. I mean, what an amazing animal.
And really a very coarse coat.
Actually, yes, I was expecting it to be not quite as coarse.
These guys are out on the savannah full of prickly bushes and all kinds of bad terrain. So they absolutely have a tougher coat.
I have to say, there's nothing like actually physically being here with the cats. I mean, there's a certain energy you get being this close to the animal that is a bit indescribable.
Yes, it is. Just seeing it on film, it doesn't really touch it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
You
do the
have to
trick.
be here and get the atmosphere of all these incredible animals.
Whoa! Misha has attacked the cameraman. The good news is she's kind of petite still, so yeah, everyone's a-okay. So tell me a little bit about who we have here.
This is Misha. She's a 3-month-old melanistic, which means black, Amur leopard. Amur leopards are a highly endangered species. They come from northeastern Russia, just like a Siberian tiger would. This could be considered a Siberian leopard. However, they are very, very rare in this coloration. In the wild, there are an estimated 70, maybe as many as 90 total left in the wild. We've got 2 jaguar babies, and they're about a month old now, and they are wiggle worms, as you can see.
They are, although mine's calming down a little bit. I like it.
Well, you must have good cat energy.
They may start out small, but those are some big cats. In honor of National Visit the Zoo Day, that's it for our roundup of the many ways to go wild in the Palm Beaches. Visit thepalmbeaches.tv to watch full episodes of today's shows, and also make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your time today. I'm Theo Dorsey, and I'll see you next week.
Every new dawn brings a chance to chart your own course, to delight in the new day's discoveries. Discover joy. Discover adventure. Discover this place. Discover the best of everything. Discover the Palm Beaches.